my name is Lexi. I have been a Natural Cycles user for 2.5 years now, and today I'm going to talk about the pelvic floor. First things first, what is the pelvic floor? The pelvic floor is a broad term used to describe the muscles and connective tissue at the bottom of your pelvis. This group of muscles are attached to your pubic bone at the front of your pelvis and tailbone at the back. It's sometimes thought that the pelvic floor is something that only women have, but everyone has a pelvic floor. For everyone, the pelvic floor muscles support the urethra, the bladder, intestines, and the rectum. While in female bodies though, they also support the uterus, the cervix, and the vagina. A strong pelvic floor can help prevent issues like urinary and fecal incontinence. They also can improve our sex lives, increasing arousal and orgasm. On top of all that, it can also help support our core and hips, which is particularly important if you're active. So now that we have a better understanding of what the pelvic floor is, let's talk about the benefits of pelvic floor exercises. It's best to think of the pelvic floor like any other muscle. Other muscles work best when they're strong. When you strengthen your pelvic floor, your bladder, your bowels, and your uterus will be better supported. It also means that your bladder and bowel function may be improved, reducing symptoms like urinary leakage, lower back pain, and incontinence. If you happen to experience any pain during sex, pelvic floor training can also help this. Even if you don't experience any pain during sex, a strong pelvic floor can lead to more pleasurable sex with heightened sensations as your muscles contract when you orgasm, and honestly, who doesn't want more pleasurable sex? In men, a stronger pelvic floor can reduce the symptoms of erectile dysfunction, which some males may experience as part of pelvic floor dysfunction. I think the takeaway from what I've said so far is that pelvic floor training is good. It helps so many things, and there's honestly nothing to lose with trying out some pelvic floor training. In order to try out pelvic floor training exercises, we need to find where our actual pelvic floor muscles are. The easiest way to do this is when you're on the toilet. When you're on the toilet, try and stop the flow of urine mid-pee. And I know that doesn't sound too fun because when you gotta go, but this is really helpful in finding your pelvic floor muscles. If you successfully manage to stop your urine, congrats, you have found your pelvic floor. It's important to only do this for a second or two and to not do it repeatedly, as it can cause some bladder issues if you do it too often. You could also do this with an imaginary pee. And I know that sounds silly, but it's just another way to try it out if you don't feel like trying it out the way I just described. Just pretend you're on the toilet, pretend that you're stopping your urine mid-pee, and you will also feel the muscles contracting that way. If you want to go all out and really figure it out, you can put a finger inside your vagina. You can feel the muscles squeezing when you do that and ensure that you're working the right ones. Anyways, that is a little bit about the pelvic floor and pelvic floor training and all the benefits that it entails. I hope you enjoyed this talk. I hope you learned something new. Let us know what other topics you want us to cover. I'll see you next time, and thanks for listening.